Cimpoi is a lively Romanian dance, translates as bagpipe. And you'll notice from my brief clapping, the steps are syncopated in a and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 pattern throughout the dance. So that gives its interesting character. There are basically 4 step patterns to this. One is a modified pariba. Then there are 2 kicks and a 1, 2, 3. Then there is a grapevine step in that syncopated fashion, and there is a crossover step. The dance begins with 32 counts of introduction, and then the dance proceeds through in its entirety twice and ends with the very beginning and a lift. The dance is done in a W position except in one part of the dance. In the modified, let's call it pariba step, the hands will swing back and forth. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let's take a look at that with the actual pariba step. And this time what we'll do is, because of the syncopation, because of the and at the beginning, we'll do a lift before we actually start the pariba. It's not a hop, as may be indicated in instructions, because the foot never leaves the ground. So what it'll look like is and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Notice that there's just a lift on the first foot, and then the pariba step, and the swinging is in time with that. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. From here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One last time, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's finish out that step, which will have 2 kicks and a 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 3 and 4. Kick, kick, 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Kick, kick, 3 and 4. I apologize for the timing miscue there. So that's the first step. And if we do that in time, it will be a little bit slower. The dance will start after the 32 counts. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, push, push, 3 and 4. Only happens once. We then go into the grapevine. Let's do it from this side. The grapevine will be and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So there are 16 steps in that syncopated fashion. You'll end up as a closed grapevine, so the right foot in this case, which will be free, will cross over first, and you'll end on the right foot, which will allow you to do the same sequence of paribas, kicks, and grapevines, but on the opposite feet. So the grapevine will be and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Our weight is now on our right foot. So that whole sequence and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, kick, kick, and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Our weight is on our right foot. Now we do the same thing with opposite footwork. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and kick, kick, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Now our weight is on our left foot. Okay? Let's do that much. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and kick, kick, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and kick, kick, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Now we get to do the same beginning step. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, kick, kick, 3 and 4. And that finishes the whole first section of the dance. Now we go into the crossovers. The crossovers are going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a little slow, of course. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to be able to come back at some point because we've progressed into the broken circle or forward in the line. So now we kind of reverse the pattern and we start with the kicks. Kick, kick, 3 and 4, kick, kick, 3 and 4. Did I catch you on putting your hands down? Your hands stay up in that part. And then we come back out with a grapevine, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and stamp. And we stamp so that we don't take weight, and we've now shifted to the left foot because that allows us to start the dance again. Because as you recall, we started with our weight on our left foot. So, we've done this part, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, kick, kick, 3 and 4, cross, cross, 1, 2, 3, 4, kick, kick, and 3 and 4, kick, kick, and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and stamp. That's the entire dance. Let's go through the entire sequence once, and then instead of doing it the second time, we'll talk about the end, which is fairly straightforward. Let's try it from here. 32 counts first, and then, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and push, push, 3 and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, push, push, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, push, push, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, push, push, and 3 and 4, push, push, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and stamp. Normally, we would now do the second time, starting again with the 1, 2 and 3 and 4. We will do that, but this time we won't finish that sequence. We'll end with a lift. So after we've done the stamp, we do and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, lift. Let's try that again. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, push, push, 3 and 4 and lift. And from this side, I'm going to get it right on this side. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, push, push, 3 and 4 and lift. That is Cimpoi.